Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara St. Fleur. It's been a while since I have created any videos, largely due to like perfectionism again. If it's not like perfect, I don't want to publish or do anything with it. But we're slowly trying to get out of that, right? So this is the reason why this video is going to be a yearly reset, my end of the year video, a vlog, and whatever else I can put into it. So I made a promise to myself that I was going to do the end of the I made a promise to myself that I was going to do the end of the year video this year. So basically going through everything that I did this year, showing you a cute little like video montage or whatever.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
So welcome to the yearly reset, the weekly vlog, and the end of the year video. Welcome to the chaos. It is currently December 4th. So at the beginning of December, this is when I usually focus on my yearly reset. Many people start like in November, the first day of November, but I didn't do that. I somewhat figured out what goals that I want for next year around November, but I haven't fleshed all of them out yet. December is the month to figure out what the planning system is looking like, figuring out what everything's gonna look like, what I am going to function as, and how I'm gonna make this year work for me. So yeah, that is exactly what December is gonna be like for me. So you guys are gonna come along as you see this progress, what I am doing throughout the month, fun stuff, not so fun stuff, all of the above. Now, I do have one thing that is planned out and won't be changing. Starting in November, I actually more than doubled the money that I am putting towards my car payment, because the goal is to finish paying off my car by November 2026. My car is supposed to be paid off in 2028. In November of 2028. But I am trying to move out of my parents' house, and next year I am hoping to either rent an apartment or buy an actual house. I cannot have a car payment hanging over me. So I am actually putting $1,500 of my income towards my car payment. So by the time it's November 2026, I would have already paid off my car. That is no longer going to be something that is hanging over my head. Maybe maintenance on the car, batteries and whatnot will be what I will have to cover, but I won't have to cover the car payment. So a lot of things have shifted because of this aggressive financial plan that I have. I plan on going to Ireland in, was it November? I think November. A lot of things just happen in November. I plan on going into Ireland around the November time, 2026. I think we're switching that. So I am going to do a more domestic flight somewhere here. And then 2027, Ireland will be on the books. As long as plans do not change. The reason I did this is because I really need to get out of my parents' house. I feel like as I'm in my parents' house, one, I'm still like a child under someone's supervision, but also I can't achieve every goal that I want to achieve. Right now, the house is very crowded. I had to take a lot of my things to storage, including my table where I edit videos, where I make videos. So the main overarching goal for 2026 will be moving out of my parents' house. The hope, everything goes perfect, is I buy a house. The other thing. The other option, because there's only two options, the other option is me finding somewhere to rent. Right now, I've never like paid a monthly rent before. People are like, oh, it's a great experience, whatever. I want something that's mine where I could paint the walls, I can do whatever I want to it. So here's the structure for the yearly reset. This is how I will be organizing everything. So I put this into 6 different sections because that's the kind of person I am. I am meticulous. Am I methodical? We're gonna need a definition on methodical to see if I am that. I'm a chaos coordinator. I like a lot of structure. I like everything to be somewhat planned so that if something does go wrong, at least I had a plan and maybe a couple backups just to kind of get me covered. For my reflection, this is closing out the year. Basically, it's reflecting on what happened throughout the year, the good, the bad, the ugly, and also putting it to rest. Sometimes people get stuck in the past so that they can't move forward with whatever they want to do for the next year. Just saying, oh, I tried that last year, it didn't work, so I'm never going to do it again. That is not me, and I refuse to have that mentality. So for the reflection, we're going to start with our wins and highlights. So basically, what went well, what am I proud of, list of big and small wins. So if I published a video, yay. If I traveled 4 hours out of my way, another yay, just to have some fun somewhere else that is not the environment that I'm usually in. So we're celebrating all of the wins. And then we're going to look at the challenges and the lessons because they're going to teach me what not to do next year. So what didn't work, what did I learn from what didn't work, and giving myself a little grace in that setting as well. While listing all your challenges and the lessons you've learned, you should always just think, at least you learned them, they're going to make you stronger, you're learning from them, and let's move past it. This is where the moving past it really works out for you. And then we're going to just list off some gratitudes. So list 10 things that I'm grateful for the year. This year has been a great year for me, so I have a lot of great things to say. Last year wasn't so great, and I was lacking in wins to share with everyone. Alrighty, so we have come to the second vision board. Yes, new location. Actually, I think this visual looks like so much better, probably because I also switched from my phone recording to my camera. So it looks amazing. But we are on number 2. It is taking me days to complete everything. Today is December 11th, and we are just barely on number 2. So we are looking at the vision. I already mentioned that this is not, oh my God, the vision board. That's towards the end. We are just looking at what my year next year will look like. I am also going to be talking about what the end of the year should look like for me. So around this time next year, what is happening? So first, I mentioned a word. So this year was consistency. I already picked the word for next year. It's going to be persevere. So I know next year is going to be tough because I have a goal financially that I want to reach. I have so many other things that I want to do, which means it's going to be a tough time for me. I'm going to need to persevere. I'm going to need to push forward with everything that I do. So I will persevere with my work. I will persevere with my finances, and I will persevere with my car payment. So Where do I want to be in 12 months? I want to be apartment or house hunting. By that time, I should have money set aside where I'm not worried about a closing cost and I'm not worried about a down payment. I might have to pay a PMI if at that time I do want to buy a house instead of going to an apartment and kind of experiencing that aspect of things. So I am also buying new things for that new place. So around next year, around this time, I should have already bought a lot of like the knickknacks, the small little appliances, the small little things that I want in my home, the little luxury things that I am just going to buy for fun. I say for fun, but for me, it's going to be necessity. So for example, I want a towel warmer in the bathroom. Do you need it? No, you don't. But I'm going to be budgeting on a monthly basis where some of my money that's going to go towards shopping is going to go towards shopping for the house. So by the end of the year, all I will have to buy is a bed frame, a bed, mattress, and a couch because I have everything else. Maybe some small little furniture that I don't want to clutter my storage unit with. That is what the big picture will look like. I will have my car paid off. I will have extra money coming into my account until I am ready to buy that house or lock in on an apartment. What I mean by this is November is the last day I will be paying a car payment, which means that's when I will officially start looking for a house. That's when I will officially start looking for an apartment, putting in applications in different places. All of that will start then. That doesn't mean by December I will have a new house and I've locked in a rate or whatever. That just means that I'm still looking so that any money that I was paying towards that car payment can now go into the housing fund so that I can accumulate some more. Latest I want to be into my apartment or home is March. We're hoping that happens. We don't know what life is going to throw at me. So it's all to be determined. But this is exactly where I want to be next year. A paid off car, money in my housing fund so that I can move out, a 6-month emergency fund so that this is the first time I'm moving out that is not connected to, I'm going to college. So I want to make sure that I am as ready as possible. This emergency fund will be there. One, if some unexpected thing happens and I don't have the funds to focus on that on my own. But also, if I buy a house and then I find out the house had some problems that I didn't figure out that at that point, I'm going to want money there that I can spend to kind of help that along. I will also be keeping my housing fund. So if I don't have any immediate concerns where I have to pull from my emergency fund, the housing fund will be another savings where it will be used for things I need for the house or things I'm buying for the house. I might midway through next year think, okay, we need to stop spending like on little knickknacks for the house and we just need to refocus the goal to move into the house, bare bone, and then slowly buy the things that you want to buy to make it a home. It all depends on what I'm looking at towards my goal. All right, and number 6, checking in structure. So how do I want to check in with myself? How do I want to check in and include it on my blog? This is where it happens. This is like the final, all right, you have all the systems, you have all the goals, you have everything that you should be doing for the year. Now, how are we going to check in with ourselves? How are we going to structure this? Also, I'm thinking in like a brand blog situation. How am I going to include this in my blog? And just full circle moment. For me, this is how it's going to look. This is going to be a quarterly reset. So revisiting my goals and adjust. So if the goals are somewhat slipping this month, then, or this quarter, then next quarter we jump back in, or we slowly figure out how to adjust to make that work for me. Monthly review. So just like we're doing for the yearly reset, it's our monthly reset where we look at wins, challenges, we reflect on the past month, we plan the next month, and then we basically declutter and reset so that we start the next month somewhat fresh. And then our weekly planning. So what does my weekly planning look like? What am I putting in those structures. What does the week look like, and what fun things I'm doing throughout the week to keep myself engaged and happy in life between work and sleep. So making sure that all tasks kind of align with that yearly goal, my yearly vision for myself. If something does not align, or like I'm doing something but like it's not really achieving any goals and it's not making me happy, it might be time to cut it. If you have reached the end of this video, thank you for watching. This was a lot. Thank you for watching, and join me for 2026 while I am full of chaos and all of the things that I want to show you guys. Yeah, I want to bring people along for the chaos. See you in 2026. How long is that? Oh.